Welcome back, everyone. Today I bring you another exciting game I recently had, as you can see, facing off against another Airborne division, this time against the 35th VDV, playing the 7th Panzer once again, because I'm just having a ton of fun with the division, and it's very well rounded, in my opinion. So I will keep using it for, well, until I'm bored of it or something else happens. I guess that we will have a patch fairly soon, like within the next few weeks, I would guess. So let's see if something majorly changes then. But until then, I think I will just keep using it. Maybe I'll switch it up to something else. But anyway, facing off against the 35th is obviously a pain in the ass, because facing off against any airborne division right now is a pain in the ass. So I was thinking about how to approach it. I obviously need some air defenses, but the problem is that he can either go full in on this sector or in this sector, and there will be a lot of close quarters combat here. So if I spend too much on air defense, he can very easily overwhelm me with infantry, and there's no sector in the open. Like some maps, you have those sectors that are more or less open sectors, where airborne divisions have a harder time. But here, all the sectors themselves in the middle are like just close quarters combat, where he will dominate me with his, how are they called? The Spetsnaz with the RPO launchers. I think they just called Spetsnaz. So I will be horribly outclassed there. Thus, I need to have infantry in place to keep him at bay. And most people will go for this sector in the start simply because attacking this sector later is always easier because you have the forest lines and the little village here. And this approach vector here to get into this sector, but you can see here everything's open. So if he doesn't get into the sector early on, chances are very high he won't get into it later. Like you can go from like here and a little bit from here, but it's still a pain in the ass for him. So at least that's how most people do it. You exploit your forward deploy advantage and helicopter rush and air rush and whatever to get into the sector and get a foothold and then push your enemy out and see how it goes from there. So I'm going with a fairly heavy deployment into this sector to be able to at least contest and not completely lose my position here, because if he then can also move into the forest lines here and here, it will be a pain in the ass for me to push him back. And there are not that many sectors on this map, and going into the back line is like to this sectors is only possible if you either already have those sectors or if you have like some helicopters or like helicopter-borne infantry, which obviously he has access to when I don't. So let's see, I go with a command here to capture my +2 sector here, which is very important. Because this is basically the only safe sector I have, so I really need it. Some Igla into the church, just to get some control over the air. The church has very good visibility, so it's prime position for manpads. Also Estrella 10M for like more beefy anti-helicopter and also something to help against planes. Then a bunch of Sicherungs deploying in the city itself. I'm taking the Sicherungs because the BTR is just faster than the Mordschützen, sorry, the GDR, not the Soviet ones. In the BMPs, like the BMP is just way slower because it's a tracked vehicle. The BTR has like 180 kilometers per hour. Conquers in case he rushes in with some vehicles, and Pioneer Flamme with another Sicherung. Pioneer Flamme also going into the city, and the Sicherung going into this forest line here, just so I can have some contesting power here. Or like, for a moment it's not really contesting, it's basically staying in power. Also go with 2 Spezialaufklärer because they are special forces. So they are quite decent at close quarters combat. You obviously don't want to use them because they're still a small squad and they provide way more benefits to you as a recon squad. But I thought that I might try to use them basically as forward deploy special forces to hold him back. Aufklärer in the center, Spezialaufklärer in this village here, 2 manpads and 2 Mordschützen with BMPs to have some staying power here. MiG-29 coming in, I heard helicopters, so I sent in my fighter, which I also had it from the beginning. But he had a fighter, and my fighter misses everything. His fighter hits both his missiles. Unlucky. I mean, the MiG-29 is obviously a better fighter, and he also has it upvetted, which means that he only has a limited number of them. But yeah, it just makes him better. So statistically speaking, that was expected, but still very sad because the fighter was very important for me to operate against his helicopters early on. But yeah, you can see he already has infantry here. It's the Spetsnaz, the really beefy close quarters squad. He actually used this new unit, or fairly new for me. It's a Mi-24, which is a transport for the Razvedka DSH. It's very lightly armed, but it is armored. So I am not sure myself whether they're worth using or not, but well, I mean, he used them to get his recon squad in early and to provide some air support. And you see it's working decently, but well, manpads and Strela doing Igla and Strela giving him a hard time and actually killing him. Had to early deploy all my infantry, obviously, because I'm afraid that he will have some infantry with AT launchers in the city, and I don't want to lose all my infantry to AT launchers. That would be really bad. Conquerors unfortunately snipes the Strela TNM. That was really sad. Yeah, you can see there's the OP Spetsnaz with the RPG 29. There's the Conqueror's Jeep. I'm retreating my Spezialaufklärer because I really want to keep them alive. The infantry is like losing the Pioneer Flamme is obviously sad because I only get 6 of them. But Spezialaufklärer are way more valuable to me, so I'm kind of screening with this force and trying to get them out safely. Nothing's happening on the left, by the way. Plane coming in. It's the big MiG-25 bomber. So I try to split up my infantry, but it's a bit too late, and retreating the Spezialaufklärer so that they don't get bombed. So they survive at least, but this infantry is definitely doomed. I bought in the Su-22, but it lost track of its target, I guess. So I'm coming in for a beefy bombing run here. Spetsnaz is a prime target for me, because he only gets 2 cards of those with 4 units. So killing him off, very important. I don't even kill him off, that was sad. Su-22 misses its shot on the MiG-29, which, I mean, it's to be expected. Which is not to be expected is that an updated coup misses all 3 of its rockets on the MiG-29, so, like, yeah, RNG has been really shafting me this time early on, just nothing hitting. Both Iglas also missing, so, like, this MiG-29 was just running hot on the evasions. Get the second Su-22 to get rid of the Spetsnaz GRU, which is his GSR recon. So this is also a very, very valuable kill. Not in terms of combat power, but in terms of information. Second MiG-25 bomber coming in, so I retreat my remaining infantry to save it, because they're not gonna do anything in the city for the moment. I have my supply here as well. So yeah, the contesting the city really didn't work. But funnily enough, I was on a tick for all this time, because I guess he didn't start with the command, or maybe he just routed it weirdly, because you see he only has those 2 sectors. But neither this +2, nor is he capturing my town. So yeah, I'm actually on a +1 tick, which is good, because the Airborne Division wants to be on a tick early on, and even though it's just a +1 tick, you know, I need everything I can get, because I'm not getting into this sector anytime soon. He most likely has a very light deployment here, but I also have nothing really that can go on the offensive. You also see it, I haven't even microed my BMPs because I didn't have the time. But yeah, I also don't have anything for an offensive. I can move in my infantry, my BMPs, you see what he has, but they will just die. And then I will have nothing on this side, I might lose it as well, so I am keeping it back. Not overstretching, because I'm in a very precarious situation as is. Uniflaum coming in was still routed into the city itself, which was obviously a bad idea, but luckily unloaded in time. So it's only the BTR going down. Get in a helicopter. As the air defense of the airborne divisions is very bad, I thought I would use it to support myself. He brings in a fighter, but well, I mean, I have 2 coups, so I assume that they will hit something at some point, right? Even though 1 coup already missed all 3 missiles. 1 coup hits, and then Manpads finishes off the fighter. So, I mean, good enough. Fighters, that's all that matters. Now a command's coming in, so I'm not sure whether he used this BMD to capture all those sectors, which would be very dumb, because it's expensive and slow. But yeah, he is on a +1 tick now, and after he captures the sector, he should be on a +2, I think, if I'm not completely mistaken. Oh, yes, +2. So 1 year of studying mathematics wasn't for nothing. And I see that nothing is basically firing at the helicopter at the moment, so I'm trying to poke at his units there and see what I can get. You see, I sniped off a BMD-2, which is a very good kill, because it's autocannon support vehicle with a Conqueror's launcher, so that can be very strong to protect the city from an armored advance, especially in numbers. And the Conqueror is a very decent ATGM launcher. Doesn't have the most penetrating power, but it has very good range. So, especially against a division like 7th Panzer, which doesn't have like super heavy tanks, Conquerors are really, really dangerous for me. Now his AA is shooting my Mi-24, so yeah, I'm pulling it a bit back. I'm also trying to like bait him out. It was a gas with the ZU-23, the double-barreled one. Managed to snipe it off, so that actually kind of worked well for me. But I really need to land it and rearm and repair it. But don't have the resources right now, because I don't want to stay at the have my enemy stay at the +2 tick for too long. Because, yeah, as I said, you don't have that many sectors you can attack. Like, there's only this sector which I need to take back, and then I can take this sector from him, so I will be at a +2. But +2 is really not that much of a tick. Conquerors here firing on the supporting forces here. I thought it would target the infantry, so I quickly unloaded it, but then while it was flying, I thought that, well, maybe it will actually target the tank, and yeah, it targeted the tank. So BMP and the T-72 go down. It was a T-72M as well, like a more expensive one. But the most expensive T-72M, but the T-72M1 is the best tank you get, but still very painful loss. But at least the infantry survives, so it's okay. T-55 is coming in, so for some cheap fire support in this forest line. But as I know that he has the Conquerors in here, I decide to bomb it. And I hope that I also get the supply truck with the bombing run, which worked out. So that was nice. AA damaging the plane, but not really a big deal. Most importantly, didn't kill it. That's very, very good for me, because I really need those planes to dislodge him from the city. Plane flying around. Let's see if the coup actually hits. No, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. It's a coup. Even outfitted is... I mean, they have a very big range, right? And they're not that expensive, so... They're still always worth taking. But man, if you really need those important kills and they just keep missing, it do be kind of painful. T-55 doing what it loves, missing everything. So let's see if it can actually kill this Scratchet. Yes, it does on the second shot as well. Absolute ace of a T-55. at the range of, like, what is this? Yeah, of its max range of 1,925 meters. So you see on the left-hand side, still literally nothing going on. I at least moved my BMPs a bit, so they're not right on top of my infantry. But other than that, nothing going on. Also put a recon helicopter here just so that I can see if he tries to move through this forest line and do some funny flanking maneuvers. But yeah, for the moment, I don't really have anything I can do other than wait for my forces to mess up. You see also about in 2 of the CGT-72s, the helicopter is repaired. Quite a few infantry sitting in this forest line here. So that's nice, but this is not really a pushing force. Like, Sicherungs are nice for defense, but in the offense they do really struggle, because they don't even have that one. Pioneer Flamm, obviously a good squad, but only one of them. And yeah, as I said, the Spezialaufklärer, I really don't want to use them as combat forces. They were only there to stop the infantry early on, which they didn't really manage to do because there was too much of it. So now I just have 2 recon squads sitting here. Catch out Desantniki in the open with the T-55s, so that was a good kill. But now a lot of planes coming in. 2 seaplanes hit the coop, turn off the other one, and actually hit one of them. That was very good. MiG-25 coming in to bomb here. Another Manpads actually kills off the seaplane. That was very good. Second MiG-25 bomber also gets hit by the coop. This one didn't get evac'd. Lucky for him, the coop had to reload and the other one died to the seaplanes. So honestly, overall, I mean, I'm pretty sure I only lost the Sicherungs and the coop. Killing one of the seaplanes in return is honestly a pretty good trade, point-wise and also like key unit-wise, because he only has 2 seaplanes. And once they're gone, I can just have my AA on all the time. Yeah, killing off one of them, very important, especially because they have a very high ECM. I can't remember exactly how high it is, but they have high ECM and high accuracy on their seed missile. So they are really painful if you can't kill them off. But obviously now my push here is still kind of cancelled because I now only have 1 infantry squad left. But in the meantime, I bought in howitzers, because how do you dislodge infantry from a city? That's right, with artillery. Could have also bought in mortars, but I thought I would go for something heavier. Here I target this building because I saw that he unloaded infantry there, so I hoped that I could catch it out. And I want to, you know, at this point I thought I might keep the artillery going. Now I cancelled it because I wasn't sure. But I think the initial thought of, you know, just keeping the artillery hammering down on the city would have been better. I saw that he had a Spetsnaz GRU here in this building, so I decided to bomb this recon squad and the Spetsnaz GRU here, which died off. I mean, we can see it now in the replay, but at the point I wasn't sure, but it died. So that's a very good kill again. I tried to snipe the supply helicopter with my T-55s, but of course they both decided to just miss. So that was really sad. And he reacts fairly quickly, actually, and retreats it. There's an AT gun and ATGM launcher in the street lane, which I can't see, obviously, and I didn't micro them properly, because, well, I assumed that, you know, I would just kill off the helicopter and then keep going and kill his reinforcements, but no, they killed off nothing and killed off themselves. That was sad, but also obviously a fairly risky move because I didn't have recon here, but yeah, I assumed that I would just quickly kill off the transport helicopter, and then it would have been worth it in my eyes. So RNG, really not that much on my side early on. Buying in new supply, bringing in more troops like this supply for the coup, because it has fired so much that it actually ran out of supplies. Mi-24 actually getting hit by some manpads or some other AA in here. I don't really know if it's manpads or one of the anti-air rocket vehicles. He brings in his helicopter, or one of his helicopters, and he has quite a lot of them, I would assume. Getting his ATGMs on my tanks, but that's why I honestly quite like the T-72s because they don't have smoke launchers and have reduced range, but they still have fairly decent armor, so I can just tank those rockets to the front. Well, that was a side shot, so that was not good. MiG-29 flying over my lines, getting hit by the coup, so I has to retreat. And yeah, it was one of the Strela vehicles actually, so I targeted with my artillery, bringing 2 MiG-23s to kill the helicopter. They might die, but that's honestly a sacrifice I'm willing to make to get rid of the helicopter, because they are very painful to deal with. I have actually gained kind of a foothold here. You see the infantry that went into the city is already fairly low, but I still have 2 tanks supporting, more infantry coming in to support, T-55 as well to support, T-72 command tank coming in to set up a position here, kind of, you know, behind the infantry that will just screen. Artillery is a bit silent. I should have microed it better, honestly, but yeah, I still am a bit rusty after the big break, so yeah, that wasn't optimal. Spot some infantry there. Prime target for a bomber, for example. You see bomber coming in. Let's see what I targeted them. For the moment, the bombers have done very well, and most importantly, they have survived. They didn't die, which is very good. Strela 10M coming in for me to get some anti-helicopter AA, because this is like prime helicopter targets. Yeah, this is like a very beefy bombing run. Unfortunately, don't kill off the Spetsnaz here, it barely survives, so that was sad, but got a lot of other kills, so that was still worth it. You can see, like, it's actually insane how much kills I'm getting here, and I pushed him out on the right flank, so I got his command BMD, and now I'm just driving through my tank and the BMPs. MiG-25 seat coming in again and getting this coup here. Laser guided bomber. Kind of circling around. I think he forgot to retreat it, but my MiG-23 is absolutely shading the bed and just missing everything. That was very sad. So his LGB escapes, even though he massively mismicroed it. Yeah, that was painful, but yeah, these things happen sometimes. But most importantly, I got control of the city, so that's very good. I'm pretty sure the BMP will hit the supply helicopter, so it did finally go down. And now, at least he's not taking anymore. But there's a big but. He has 882 points, so he's like 700 points ahead of me, and that's very bad, because already half the game is over. And I will need to push into this sector, and I am pretty sure that after 20 minutes he will have a bunch of defenses here set up. Maybe not the best, because he invested quite a lot into this, but some, you know, basic defenses should be around here. And yeah, with the skeleton force I have assembled here, I'm definitely not gonna push in. Also had a helicopter here in case, you know, he tries something funny while I'm busy on the right side. A cooler coming in. I don't know why he just pulled in one random Akula on its own against 2 Strela 10Ms. Obviously stands no chance. Goes down. Healing up all the infantry and tanks, and then I will take up some defensible positions here. For the moment, using my artillery again. Also one mistake I could have done, as the command here isn't really doing anything. Like, he's not contesting the sector and I'm not attacking his sector. I should have moved it towards the artillery to upvet it. It's not like a, you know, game altering or like game winning move, but it will definitely help you. Extra red is never bad, right? Seed coming in. I turned off the coup and turn it on again. MiG-25 getting some bombing run off, killing one Spezialaufklärer. Yeah, pretty sad, but honestly not that much like worth for him, especially because he lost his MiG-25 at the bomber one, not the seed one. So definitely painful, because I only have 4 of the Spezialaufklärer, but getting the MiG-25 in return is okay. I also have 2 Eagles here as well now, and you can see quite a lot of units. So it will be very hard pushing back for him. This is now the situation I described before the game. So if I have the city here, he would have to push over the open or through his forest line here, and it would be just impossible for him without investing a lot into smoke and artillery. And the like airborne divisions don't have the best artillery, so really kind of meh. So he will most likely just sit back and defend the sector and maybe put up some defensive line here so that I can, not just push through and attack his sector here, because he also if he uses those tree lines and buildings here defensively, it will be equally hard for me to push out. So this is fairly likely the best call he can make at this point, because yeah, as I said, 700 points ahead, half the game is already gone, and putting pressure on me right now for him isn't really an option. And also moving in helicopters piecemeal right to my doorstep is also not an option, even though I didn't have my AA up to the front line. Also could have, I didn't even rebuy the coup yet, because I didn't have the points. But once I rebuy the coup, I should also have put it farther forward. I'll spot the BRDM2, the Conquerors launchers. I'm kind of unsure about those vehicles because they have mediocre stealth, so I think it's basically always better to use the Jeeps, because yet they have less health, but you don't want these vehicles to take hits anyway, so you would rather take the one that has better stealth, because now my eyes spot it and the helicopter will, it will hit it with this ADGM, so yeah, kind of meh. But I'm assembling an attacking force on the left hand side now, because I need to get going. Like, I need to make 700 points, and if I push through here and capture this sector, that will be like a +4, or even +6. I think it's a +6, but it's not. I'm not sure that I can capture this sector because if he uses his helicopters defensively here, it will be very hard for me to get over there. So I just buy a bunch of infantry. Should have moved them like not that far forward, honestly. Tanks, infantry and tanks here as well, so that I can get some attack going from multiple directions simultaneously. Helicopter gets hit by AA. I actually unloaded them earlier, so they don't get sniped by infantry units, because I saw that the man-pads was firing from like this position, so I assumed that his infantry would be also somewhere around here, just moving through my BTRs and SPWs, because I don't have the time to like micro them in good defensible positions or like supporting positions. Moved up a BMP-1 just to kind of scout ahead if he had infantry forward here, which he doesn't, so that was good for me. Helicopter providing a bit of support. Two Pioneer Flams are pretty decent in the forest lines, even against Spetsnaz, though he has the Spetsnaz OP, Skrzhet, so against all this, without the support of the tanks, they will struggle, of course. So there was a bit mismicro by me, but what do we do if we see an infantry blob? Correct. We call in the bomber. And as you see, both HE bombers are still alive. And he only has one man-pads here, so he might get one hit off. But didn't even do that, and I killed the blob, so that was very, very good. Very valuable. Calls in a fighter, but it's way too late. Doesn't hit. I escape. Hit his MiG-29 in return. Obviously I don't kill it, but he will be away for quite some time for repairs. And now I can just push through here. One Desantniki holding me up for quite some time, and obviously getting a side shot because there's napalm everywhere, and that's a big danger for tanks in forest line. If there's napalm and flames everywhere, they just start driving around like idiots and showing the side armor because reasons. So that was why the T-72 got like hit you 1 health. If you would have just reversed, everything would have been fine, but no, they start driving around like crazy and just get side shot all the time. So watch out for that in your own games. Here I start moving up to this forest line here. My mistake was that I put the Spezialaufklärer in later and more to the right. I should have pushed them up earlier put them into the position to scout the city and then moved up my vehicles, because you see now I am just getting slaughtered by Conquerors and AT gun. So that was not the smartest attack, but I felt a lot of pressure because I need to get going. Even though I still have 15 minutes left, I was very worried, especially because he can also just, you know, suicide run a shit ton of infantry in here and get some hold on a corner or something and start smoking it off, and then I will be in a lot of trouble. Because getting him out of there will be quite hard. His command infantry isn't like one of those 5 billion man squads, but it's still, I think, a 7-man squad or something. So those suicide moves can get you quite a few points if you don't get away smoke. That's important, and like air support and everything else. So I need to put pressure on him so that he doesn't have time for that. He brings in helicopters and now actually uses them correctly, defensively behind his infantry and his front line. I tried to move up to T-72, but I kind of just missed that the Akula was back there and was able to fire at me. I don't know why, honestly. So T-72 just gets smacked, and this T-72 will get smacked from the left. So yeah, I mean, the attack, I got into the city, but everything else was honestly not that well microed by me, to put it mildly. But now I have all 3 of my remaining fighters coming in to kill off this Akula, because I really need to get rid of it. It killed my command tank as well, so that was really bad. He has 2 Mi-24 AA helicopters and a standard AA, so one of the MiG-23s go down. One of the MiG-23s goes down, but 2 escape. So honestly, that was a worthwhile trade. 1 MiG-23 for an Akula, especially because the other one died on the right-hand side. So now he hasn't any Akula left. Strela 10M died on the right-hand side. That was sad. I still have like 3 Iglas here. And I killed the Akula, so it's not that much of an issue, but he obviously can still get some Mi-24 with ATGMs, and if he has them in his deck. So I still need more AA, and you see 2 Strela 10Ms are already here. Now, because I kept the SPW on the front line and didn't move it back to the artillery, I can now use it to get into the sector, or at least try it. Because my push has run out of steam a little bit. I lost a lot of tanks, I lost infantry on the right-hand side, so this push kind of died out. It's like 1 Motschützen left on like half health, even less. New push coming in through the forest, but it will take time until it's on the front lines. Artillery bombing away. Right-hand side, pretty stable, like nothing much going on here, so that's very good for me. But I still need to get my points going, because now it's 12 minutes left and I still haven't ticked a point since the beginning of the game. I just tried to rush my T-55s through here, because I thought I might catch whatever is here off and get some quick kills. The man-pads here somehow not seeing his helicopter back there. Get a bombing run off. Very nice kills. Spot his command back there, but kind of don't have anything to kill it right now. Su-22 running for its life against 2 MiG-29s. They missed their rockets, or I think one of the rockets hit, but it escapes alive, so very important for me. I really need those HE bombers alive. Now I finally get my command into the sector. Hit one of the MiG-29s, but no kills, and he retreats them. Infantry getting out through the forest line. He obviously also has infantry there as well now. T-55 getting hit quite low quite quickly, because it's a T-55. It's just there for cheap fire support. Start bombing where I saw his command, you know, just in case it's still there. Might as well try. Sadly enough, his Desantniki with the Metis launcher catch out the command back here, because there is a sideline into this forest line, which I didn't know about. But yeah, well, you learn something new every day. So I have ticked a few points only, and now he is back at on a tick. And it's only 10 minutes left. the situation is pretty much getting worse and worse. Luckily, I have a new T-72, but because I didn't really see what killed the command at the time, I was afraid moving it in, because I have still a few commands left, but I don't want to suicide them in, because it just takes time for them to arrive on the front line. So every time one of the command gets killed, it's like another minute that I'm not ticking, because it's about as long as it takes for the new command to arrive. Mi-24 here getting a few kills, but got hit in return, but I guess he ran out of ammo. Yeah, now we are at the 10-minute mark. I have a massive infantry push coming through here, so this should be safe for my command to move in. He's coming in with planes again. I assume that this one is a seat, and it is, so I called in my fighter to get it. Obviously turned off my radar AA, and I kill off the seat, so very good kill. Mi-25 here gets a bombing run off. I don't think he killed that much, honestly. His fighter comes in to kill my MiG-23, but gets smacked by my Coups. Finally, they both hit. Very nice. He still has his command in the sector, at least I'm pretty sure, because it takes some time for a sector to be captured. But yeah, he has his command still in, just overwhelming him with all my tanks and BTRs and infantry, because I need a tick that's greater than +1. I don't have 45 minutes to win this game. I don't even have 10 minutes to win this game at this point, so I'm just moving everything I have, except for the command, obviously. And I need to find his command. I also just, you know, RT'd somewhere where I would assume his command could be. And I was actually on spot, but my infantry gets the command before I could hit it with artillery. So, well, I mean, that's good enough. One T-72M dies to the laser-guided bomber. One coup hits, second one doesn't. MiG-23 gets one rocket off and misses, gets the second rocket off, and it actually hits. So laser-guided bomber dead, very important. There can be a big pain in the ass, and now I just attack move. I said A move, it's not A move, it's Q move. But I attack move basically all my forces. I should have just moved them up here, but yeah, the pressure. Now there's one of his fighters back here. I was a bit confused about that when I realized that, because I'm like, why is he back there? Then I thought that he might be camping my air spawn, which was still a bit weird, but didn't think about it too much because I needed to gain points, right? Spot the BRDM-2 finally there and get it killed. Here the Razvedka in the Mi-24Ds coming in, but you see that's a big problem with them, they don't have any ATGM. And so, like, tanks and BTRs can just kill them off with their 50 cals and their 14.5 mil. So, yeah, that was kind of dumb. And now I realize what he was doing. He was providing air cover because he helicopter landed infantry and a command in my back sector, which is that's catastrophic. Like, you see, he's at a +2 tick now, and I only have 7 minutes left. And I bought in a command, but I can't just move it in because he has infantry there. Even if it's just a command infantry, he will have an AT launcher most likely. So luckily I already had my T-72 command just bum rushing through into his sector on the left, to his +2 sector, which should have given me a big advantage, but now it's just neutralizing basically. One Mi-24 gets killed. I mean, 2 of those helicopters are kind of good enough to kill another armored helicopter because it's 2 guns against 1. But I spotted some infantry here, which I assumed to be his command, so I put both of my HE bombers on. Very well that they both still survived. MiG-29 goes down. Not after killing one of my MiG-23s, obviously. Because, well, there's a big problem of if people camp your air spawn, it's very hard to get your fighters on them. And I didn't have any long-range AA left that I could buy in, and I didn't want to retreat my long-range AA from the front line, even though I forgot to move it up in the first place, so that was bad. I'm just rushing through with my tanks to find, you know, anything I can, because I'm, again, very afraid that he might make some funny memes and rush into this sector and smoke it off after he did some funny backline action in this sector. Like, that seemed fairly likely, so I'm just moving all the tanks I can across. Get my vehicle in, command vehicle. Also, I moved the T-72 from this sector here, the command tank, to get into this sector. I spot his infantry and quickly retreat. My command truck, because I was afraid that he would snipe me. I didn't know that I was actually safe behind this building here. And you see, I did kill off his command, because I neutralized the sector. Born in a cluster plane just in case, though nothing really to do for it here. Got my helicopter back a bit so it can use its rockets to dislodge this infantry. And now I'm at a +4. Because I captured the back sector and neutralized this sector. So this should be good enough, but I'm still not completely sure. Now I have captured this sector, and yeah, a +6 is definitely enough to win. He buys in his last Akula, Mi-24K, but yeah, there's really nothing he can do at this point. Other than, yeah, as I said, like memeing in this sector maybe or something. And he has a command infantry moving in over the open, like, yeah, that really won't work. So cluster comes in and actually gun runs the command. Also had a Grad that now started firing here in case he would have all his infantry attack moving into my city, which isn't happening. Keep the command in the sector here, move up the T-72 again, just to be safe, you know, better be safe than sorry. But I did it. I won against another Airborne division. Oof, that was quite a tough game, not gonna lie. Enemy isn't actually high rank, but he played well. Eventually I still won, but he did a good job, especially with the backline action towards the end. That really put me under a lot of pressure. And using the seat together with his airplanes is also a good idea. I just think he overinvested a bit. Like, you don't really need 2 seat coming in at once. So rather have like one more bomber or more infantry or whatever at the same time. But yeah, did a good job. But eventually I won. And you can see here one big reason why I won were those Su-22 bombers. That's also one thing where he lagged was just AA. Like, you see how many important kills they got. It's not just many kills, it's many important kills. The Spetsnaz GRU, the Command BMD, Spetsnaz, and also remember all the Spetsnaz I got to like 1 health. OP Spetsnaz, another GRU Razvedka, Command Infantry. Like, this is very, very valuable. That Strela got killed by the Conquerors, that was sad. This Mi-24P also, I'm pretty sure that survived the whole game. Or like whole game, I bought it in very early, and it was the one that dealt with the backline action in the end. Not the Mi-24D that went down, but the Mi-24P that survived. So that was also very cool. Actually getting a helicopter. I think that this that was landed in my back sector, so that's how my Mi-24P got it. Howitzers didn't really get that much. Like, this one got one Igla, and the other one also got, I think, 1 kill or something. So, meh, could have done better. But I microed a lot of other stuff, or pretended to at least. T-55 here getting a lot of kills, actually. I think that was the one that pushed through on the right-hand side when I retook my city sector. So it finished off a bunch of infantry. Mi-23 getting 2 helicopters. The Kula is very important, so, you know, good kill. Mi-23 getting Mi-29 and a Mi-27 LGB, very important. LGBs are very dangerous. Yeah, this other howitzer, 1 Conquerors team. Meh. This T-72 is, I actually laughed when I saw that it got 4 helicopters. That was hilarious, honestly. I don't know what was going on there, but I guess the gunner on the 50 cal decided that he wanted to switch his career to the air defense, and shot down 4 helicopters. So very well done, I guess. Not exactly his job, but whatever, you know. killing enemy units is still killing enemy units. Coup getting 2 MiG-29s. Wow, a coup that hit something. And that's basically it. Like everything else was just, your standard trading. I had the SU-22, the Gunrund, the Descent commander. On his side, yeah, obviously the Jeep with the Conkers doing well. They tend to do well because of the very good stealth, or like good stealth, not very good. I don't really like those MiG-25 bombers. They're really meh. It was fairly costly, if I remember correctly. You see, he got like 3 kills. Stealth clearer, yeah, painful, but meh, I don't know. I would rather have the laser guided bomber or a cheaper bomber, that has a way less payload but is more concentrated. Seed getting 2 coups, that's sad, but I have 4 in my deck, so sucks for him. The AT gun, so yeah, the AT guns and the Conkers were really a pain for me. Didn't deal with them optimally. Should have done it better. There was the Akula on the left hand side. Got a good kill list. One T-72M and one T-72M command tank is already very good on its own. But other than that, not really anything massive. Spetsnaz, OP Spetsnaz getting a T-72M, also good trade obviously, but yeah, overall trades could have been better. His strategy was okay. I think, yeah, just microing a bit more and trading a bit better would have won him the game, because yeah, it was very close. And I was very happy with the win, actually, because I didn't think I would make the comeback, but I did. So, yeah, I hope you liked this video. You did like the last one. So thank you for making me reach the 1,000 view goal. Well, but having more than 1,000 views on my first video. Was very happy to see that. And I hope you like this video as well. And I wish you a very good day, or evening, or morning, or whatever. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.